Alright. Hey everybody, it's Stefan, the Old World Gamer, along with Scott Devin Kane, and welcome back to more Retro Indie Pixels podcast.
We are back again, another week of gaming news and pleasure and all of that good stuff that we've got for you every week. Every week. Not every other week. That's what,
Every week.
We're here every week we can possibly be here, so...
Now, just a quick little note. In a couple of weeks' time, the stream will be changing dates. We'll probably be letting you know that for the next couple of podcasts anyways, just to make sure that everyone is made aware. So It's going to be moving up to, I think it's a Tuesday. So it's not going to be that far away from when we usually do it. So it shouldn't be that big of a difference. So...
Yeah, my work schedule will end up changing on me. I'll be switching over to day shift schedule, which is like a 12 to 8 schedule. So right now I work 8 p.m. to 4 a.m., which is super sucky. So, but it makes it so that I'm definitely going to be able to participate in a lot more stuff. Like in the evenings, I'll be able to come to like other other streams and stuff like that. And I will have an updated streaming schedule myself, so you get to see a lot more of SDK in the coming future. Indeed. That's gonna be starting the first week of November. I think my first day is November 3rd. So it'll be nope, I'm wrong. It's November 5th. I'm sorry. So that will be we'll have a podcast on the 3rd of November.
Yeah, and it's still quite a ways yet, so it's not anything that you guys have to worry about right now. But
yeah, so it'll be 3 weeks before we end up moving over to that new Tuesday schedule. So we will keep you guys informed to let you guys know when it's coming, and when we will actually move it over to Tuesday. Okay. So, all right, so we are going to go directly into my news, of which I found this first article rather entertaining. Katsuhiro Harada is really tired of hearing about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC. Fighting game veteran Katsuhiro Harada will mute you on Twitter if you keep spamming him with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC requests. The Tekken producer is taking to task fans of Smash who also keep tweeting him with the request to add their favorite heroes to the game. According to Harada, the developer is being barraged with suggestions. If you're still relentlessly spamming, that just means that hampering the work of Sora Sakurai and Bandai Namco Smash development team, he writes, before explicitly calling out those he considers the most egregious offenders. 7 accounts have been behind a campaign to have had Crash Bandicoot, Doom Guy, Jonesy, Master Chief, Sora, and Orul from Puyo Puyo added to the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I will talk with Mr. Sakurai and Bandai Namco Smash development team so that your request will not be approved as much as possible, wrote Harada in response to those ongoing requests. Just one tweet is enough for request, Harada writes in another tweet, adding, developers don't negotiate with spammers or terrorists. Harada concludes, we listen and value opinions, requests, and feedback. However, spam due to a large amount of tagging and replying interferes with normal communication. The spammer's voice is sometimes misunderstood as a majority in the internet community. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is available for Nintendo Switch.
Oh my god!
This is hilarious. I love this. This is hilarious, and I'm actually behind Katsuhiro Harada on this.
Yeah, I can understand that. If anything, you know what, just create like a fucking page or something where you guys can just voice all your opinions and be like, hey, one person message Harada or whoever and say, look, here's the page where we always make our suggestions. Whenever you get the chance, take a look. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to be like, hey, you should add this guy. Oh, by the way, you should add this guy. Are you busy right now? You should add this guy. Like,
right.
God
One time is enough. One time is more than enough. And honestly, for what it's worth, when I was younger, I was in a huge fan club of people who really liked Mega Man. And there were a lot of us who would send stuff to Capcom and be like, hey, here's our ideas for Robot Masters, blah, blah, blah. I have a super long story about why Skullman was my creation, but we're not going to go into that. But they'll usually send you stuff back along the lines of, hey, thanks for the idea, but we don't take outside requests. And then Skullman showed up in Mega Man 4, but we're not going to go on to that. But you know, what's the point of spamming these guys? It's their decisions. They have plans for this stuff. They already had plans for DLC.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as if these gaming companies are ignorant to the fact of who are popular characters. I mean, like, yeah, Crash Bandicoot, Doom Guy, Jonesy, Master Chief, Sora, clearly these are characters that are super popular from other franchises. Are they going to get all these characters? Probably not. But, I mean, Doom Guy. How the hell are you going to get Doom Guy into Smash? What are you going to do? Like, hey, shotgun people. Okay, well, that's really good because, Nintendo really loves when people just run around and shotgun people to death. Or,
the other point is that, like, these people who are making Smash games for the past how many years now probably don't need your help. They done fine on their own. You were happy with all the previous Smash games. Don't worry. What they're doing, you'll be happy with regardless. Oh, well, I didn't get what I want. Well, guess what? There's a lot of times you don't get what you want. When you're talking to a bigger developer or, personality online than, just your buddies, you'll notice quite quickly that a lot of them don't actually respond to you because they're busy.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I mean, these are big companies, and, there's millions and millions of fans who want all this stuff and blah, blah, blah. Hey, how upset was everybody that we didn't get Shovel Knight in the last Smash? A lot of people were. Yep. Oh, Bayonetta, who the hell wanted Bayonetta? Blah, blah, blah. We wanted Shovel Knight, blah, blah. It's not up to you guys. If you want to be involved in that sort of stuff, go to college, get the job, apply. Now, get yourself into that position.
You can also, there are developers out there who are willing to listen, which are usually indie developers. Yeah. They take a lot of what people say into account because they want their games to do well. They want to learn from what they've done right and what they've done wrong, and they want to keep developing good games. And most of the times, at least from what I've seen, a lot of these people are really easy to talk to and are very friendly as well. Like, they don't really push you away and be like, okay, I don't know who the hell you are, but yeah, I don't really need to talk to you right now.
Especially
usually when
Harada.
You message them, they message you back.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, especially Harada, I will say it, like, out of the fighting game community of all of the developers, I think Harada is honestly one of the most, like, socially involved of all of the developers.
And you should be happy that he is.
Yeah. And the fact that he has to tell everybody, he's like, listen, guys, just calm the hell down. Stop with this crap. Yeah. We get it. You like these characters. But good luck having Master Chief within Smash. It's just not going to happen. Okay, we get the idea that, we want your suggestions. They did it last year, albeit the whole Bayonetta fiasco was, whatever. They're eventually just going to put in whatever they want to put in. But those sort of polls are probably going to happen at some time in the future. It's like, okay, we've heard you. You want suggestions. Here's a poll. Vote for who you want in the game. It'll be a good way for them to be able to go, okay, maybe in the future at some point we'll be able to take these characters and put them in the game, But just chill out with the spam, guys, It's just, there's only so much that these people can take, and when they have to open up their thing and see 100,000 people all going, we want Sora, they're not going to listen to you, and they're going to be more inclined to not listen to you when they have 100,000 tweets saying we want Sora. You know what I'm saying? So, going to follow up on a little story we had last week.
Yeah, I seen that. What?
Yeah. So, United States politicians are now weighing in on Blizzard's recent ban against professional Hearthstone player who spoke out in favor of the Hong Kong protests. Today, prominent Democrats and Republicans released a joint letter urging Activision Blizzard head Bobby Kotick to reverse course on the recent ban against Hearthstone player Ing-Wai Chung. The letter is signed by Senators Ron Wyden and Marco Rubio of Florida, a Democrat and Republican respectively, as well as Representatives Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez of New York, Republican Mike Gallagher of Wisconsin, and Democrat Tom Malowinski of New Jersey. We write to express our deep concern about Activision Blizzard's decision to make player Ing-Wai Chung forfeit prize money and ban him from participating in tournaments for a year after he voiced support for pro-democracy protests in Hong Kong, the letter reads. This decision is particularly concerning in light of the Chinese government's growing appetite for pressuring American businesses to help stifle free speech. Because your company is such a pillar of the gaming industry, your disappointing decision could have a chilling effect on gamers who seek to use their platform to promote human rights and basic freedoms. As China amplifies its campaign of intimidation, you and your company must decide whether to look beyond the bottom line and promote American values like freedom of speech and thought, or to give in to Beijing's demand in order to preserve market access. We urge you in the strongest terms to reconsider your decision with respect to Mr. Chung. You have the opportunity to reverse course. We urge you to take it. Earlier this month, Blizzard removed Hong Kong player Chung Blitzchung Inghua from the Hearthstone Grandmasters, rescinded the pro player's prize money for Season 2, and barred him from entering official competition for 1 year after Blitzchung's public support of protests by pro-democracy movements in Hong Kong. Blizzard later announced it would give Blitzchung back his prize money and shorten his suspension from 1 year to 6 months. In a statement this last week, Blizzard President J. Allen Brack said the company's relationship in China had no influence on its decision to ban Blitzchung, and in that retrospect, reacted too quickly. The company has also issued a 6-month ban against 3 American university students who held up a sign during last week's Hearthstone Collegiate Championship which read, "Free Hong Kong, Boycott Blizz." Oh my god, do these people have no idea what the hell they're talking about? I'm just like, okay, I understand that, okay, we are going and we're making this big letter and we're like, hey, man, you guys should really be promoting free speech and you shouldn't be banning people who do, free speech and stuff like that. This isn't the place for it.
No.
This is not the place for it. If you are streaming and you are competing for these games. This isn't the place for it.
Not only that, but if it's going on in Beijing, then it has nothing to do with American values,
right? As
well.
And here's the other part of it. This kind of goes like along with the whole the kneeling or the not kneeling during the national anthem in the NFL. That was like a whole big 2-year debacle, and now it's barely talked about because stuff never got resolved, and the NFL had to take actions against it. But at the same time, you have these senators who are talking from the perspective of people who clearly have no idea where any of this is coming from. We're talking about oh, please try to rescind your, because he wanted to use free speech. Free speech is a great thing, of course it is, but not on platforms that are supposed to be about gaming. If you want to talk about your political views, you have all these other social outlets that you can do at any other time, except for the times where you're supposed to be talking about and playing the game.
Exactly.
That's what all this is about. Again, don't misunderstand what I'm trying to say here. And I'm just saying oh, he shouldn't be doing that. You shouldn't be talking about it. Blah blah blah. Just do it on your own time, not when millions of people are tuning in to learn or just straight up be entertained by your gaming stream, because it is a gaming stream. It is not a political stream. Some of these people are watching these streams to get away from this sort of stuff. It's like, whenever I watch a stream, it's because I want to just sit back, relax, and be entertained by a game. I don't want to get into political debates. I don't want to get into all these, not just saying about this particular thing, but just politics in general. I don't want to be talking about that sort of stuff. I want to watch people play Eternal. I want to watch people play in Fortnite. I want to watch people playing Call of Duty, whatever I'm watching. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about those things, not what's going on in the world around me, because I'm watching this to get away from what's going on in the world around me. You know what I'm saying?
It'd be even different if the game had something to do with that kind of thing, or if you were playing Call of Duty and on a map that was in Hong Kong or something, you know what I mean?
Right.
Then okay, sure. Then if you stutter into it, then okay, fine, whatever. But I mean,
but then at least
it has nothing to do with it at all. So
right, it's topical then.
Yeah.
It's like you want to talk Call of Duty's no Russian level. You absolutely would talk about the politics of whatever's going on in that level, because that's a very controversial level. It's about decision making and politics and just mowing down lots of innocents. It's just it's a very political. Well, it's a controversial thing, and talking about politics during something like that would be a little bit more appropriate, but not when you're playing a digital freaking card game about World of Warcraft. It's not the place. And while I get what these politicians are trying to do, they should be a little bit more informed about why the ban happened in the first place. So, that's just my opinion on it. You know how it is. Anyway, moving on to our next article. The makers of the gorgeous PlayStation 2 era game Okami don't appear to be done with their Sume-inspired title. Hope for the new Okami sequel was stoked today in a video shared by game developer Ikumi Nakamura over Twitter. In the video, Nakamura, who worked on Okami as an artist, is joined at Platinum Games by the designer of the 2006 game, Hideki Kamiya. Sorry. Okami is going to be back, says Kamiya to the camera. Really? Asks Nakamura. To which he replies, really? Okami is going to be back, reads the tweet from Nakamura. We want to see Okami's sequel and fans are looking forward to it too. You guys want to see Kamiya's Okami again, right everyone? I want to work on it too. This isn't the first time that Kamiya has spoken of a possible new Okami game. The game's designer has teased the idea before, as Liam Roberts of Did You Know Gaming points out. Meanwhile, he's been busy these past few years working on the Bayonetta series and the Wonderful 101. Nakamura was most recently creative director of Ghostwire Tokyo, but has since left the developer Tango Gameworks to pursue other opportunities. Initially developed by the now-defunct Clover Studio, Okami has since been brought to the Nintendo Wii, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. A spiritual successor to the game called Okamiden, I guess, was released on the Nintendo DS in 2010. In other news, Nakamura is still one of my favorite humans. I would love to see this. If you've not played Okami, go do yourself a favor and go play Okami.
I don't have a copy, Scott. I don't think so.
Find yourself a copy. I would say when the argument of is video game art ever comes into the conversation, Okami has to be one of the games that they point out. It is so unbelievably beautiful as a game, and it's just like there's nothing else like it. And if you've not played it, oh my goodness, go play that game. And a successor or a new Okami game, oh please. So trust me when I say that when there's more news for them actually working on a new Okami game, you will hear it here. That is for damn sure. And for what it's worth, the Amaterasu made it into a Marvel Versus game. So that's just saying something. It's not like they haven't forgot about the IP, So Ami's still around. IP, just saying. So anyway, moving on. Just a little quick thing here for you guys. Crusader Kings 2 is now free on Steam. It's now time to try your hand at the strategic monarchy simulator Crusader Kings 2. In celebration of Paradox Interactive's PDXCon 2019, Crusader Kings 2 is currently free on Steam. Launched in 2012, Crusader Kings 2 takes place in medieval Europe from the 11th to the 15th century, an era of frustrated kings, fragmented kingdoms, and marrying your cousin. It isn't clear how long Crusader Kings sequel will be free, although it's pretty safe bet that it will run at least until the end of Paradox Con. This year's PDXCon starts today in Berlin and runs until October 20th, which is today. So if you want to go get yourself some free Crusader Kings 2,
like I just did,
maybe today is the time to go do that. Stefan just did. I already did.
Wait, it's a strategic game. Why would you play it?
Because it's free. So I just added to my library.
Because
free game is free. Listen, you know how many of these games that we talk about, like, hey, the Epic's game is giving away the Epic Game Launcher is giving away all these two games free for the next 2 weeks. You know how many of those games that I have downloaded and not played? Like 95% of them. But anyway, the free game is part of a bigger Steam sale being held this week with major discounts hitting other Paradox titles, including Age of Wonders, Planetfall, and Imperator?
Oh, yeah, it's a good car.
Imperator? I don't know. Those have discounts of 10% and 33% respectively. Prison Architect, Stellaris, and Europa Universalis 4 are all 70% off.
Damn!
So, yeah, you guys got some sales coming up for some Paradox titles.
That's some good stuff
Age,
right there.
Age of Wonders.
Prison Architect is really good. Stellaris is good. And Europa Universalis 4, if you're into that kind of game, is really good as well. Well worth having a look at if you're into those types of games.
So, perhaps, if you're hearing this on a day past the 20th, you might be able to still pick up those games that they're Crusader Kings for free. But if you're listening to it live, I would go get it right now. So, anyway, moving on. Sales of Nintendo's original Switch system and Switch Lite system have totaled over 15 million units since its 2017 launch, the company has confirmed today. These statistics only take into account North American sales as based on internal data from Nintendo. Throughout September, Switch sales in this region were up more than 20%. According to NPD Group, which tracks game sales across the states, the Nintendo Switch has been the best-selling video game console for 10 months in a row. Equally impressive for the system game sales. To date, 14 Nintendo Switch releases have over 1 million units, including Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario Odyssey, and Smash Bros. Ultimate, which each sold over 6 million units.
Yeah, because they're all
As we enter our third holiday season, Nintendo Switch is creating smiles and enjoying broad appeal with more than 15 million consumers across North America playing their favorite games whenever and wherever they like. So Nintendo of America President Doug Bowser.
Bowser?
And this holiday,
seriously, his last name is Bowser.
Yeah.
Is that like his real last name, or did he change that?
That's his real last name.
That's
that's
crazy.
His actual last name. And this holiday, we are bringing Nintendo Switch owners even more fresh and unique entertainment experiences like Ring Fit Adventure, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, Tokyo 2020, adding to the system's large and diverse library of games. Earlier this month, it was confirmed that Nintendo Switch sold over 10 million units across Europe based on both the standard model and the newer Switch Lite version, which was released in September. Now think about this, folks. That's 15 million units as of September. We are hitting those 2 months now, folks.
And I still don't have one. Come on, Christmas or Black Friday.
Hey, Nintendo. Remember those conversations we've been having about those door stops that you guys have? There's somebody over here.
They probably use GameCubes, dude. They probably or like Wii's or something. They probably wouldn't use the Switch.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
We use original NES models as door stops. We don't use any of this newfangled. We have the original door stops.
Jesus.
But anyway,
Was it Hanafuda Carapax?
Yeah, but 15 million as of September, and these next 2 months are only going to drive sales just.
Like I said, if it gets
up.
cheap enough, I'm probably gonna buy one because The worst part is, then Nintendo will come up after fucking Christmas, be all like, "Oh, guess what? We're gonna release a new console." And I'm like, "Yeah, awesome! Late to the game again, best man."
I don't see that happening, honestly. The Switch is way too good right now to just abandon it. It's only been out since 2017, so I would say keep your eye out for Black Friday sales. I mean, Nintendo's been really good. They just recently had a sale where the Switch Neon was down by $25 over the last few weeks, but I would definitely say keep your eyes out for all of the Black Friday deals and Amazon deals or whatever to be able to fight. You could probably get yourself Switches for less than $250 throughout the holiday season. So I feel that the Switch is probably going to make itself to 20 million units by the end of the year. I'm going to put that out there. I'm going to predict 20 million units by the end of this year. I might be wrong, but I'm on the lot, so I'm okay with that. I'm married, so I understand that I'm wrong a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, moving on. If you haven't heard enough of us bashing Google Stadia, let's continue. You won't be able to seamlessly move your Stadia controller between devices, which is one of the things that was supposed to be like, you know, the big selling point of the Stadia was that you can go from like point A to point B and move your controller. From the moment Google Stadia was first revealed, one of its biggest features has been the wireless controller. The controller, Google explained, connects directly to the data center through Wi-Fi, enabling players to switch screens and continue playing with no interruptions. Google even demoed the feature on stage at the reveal event, but the company has now confirmed that it won't actually be there at launch.
Way to become a politician,
While
Google.
you will be able to pick up where you left off on any platform where Stadia is accessible, the controller will need to be plugged into any device that isn't Chromecast Ultra. It's going to work as advertised on Chromecast Ultra, but switching to a PC for a phone tablet will require a USB-C connection at launch. This detail was actually mentioned in fine print in Stadia's release date trailer, but it's only just been picked up on by 9to5 Google. A Google community manager confirmed it on Reddit and later to The Verge, saying that the company wanted to get the TV experience right first.
Oh, good luck.
Although the controller technically supports Bluetooth, that too won't be available at launch. It's not clear whether either will be available to its customers. Stadia Pro launches November 19th.
What? That's all I gotta say.
Like, this is all the stuff. This is all the stuff that you guys mentioned was going to make Stadia so great, and now none of it's going to be available.
Here's the other thing. This is not new technology.
No.
And Google, like, don't you guys have, like, billions of dollars, billions of fucking, like, people who can, like, look after this shit for you? And you're seriously not gonna, like, that doesn't even make... Like I said, you're like a politician. Hey, I promised to give you this stuff. Oh, we're not gonna do it, though. It's like, come on, man.
It's like... Well, I mean, why sit there and like advertising, hey, you're going to be able to do this. By the way, you're not. And you're going to be able to do all this Bluetooth stuff with
it. But it won't be available at launch. That is...
It's like, come on. We want to get the... Okay, we want to get the TV experience right for... Oh, okay. Well, I've never played my video games on a TV before, so I gotta make sure that the first thing that's going to happen is that my new console is good for the TVs. What the fuck are you talking about?
It's alright, Scott. Don't worry. We're going to have a podcast in like a month, 2 months' time that's going to say, Google Stadia officially abandoned. And then we're just like, hey, remember when we called that like 2 months ago?
It's like... These guys have done nothing more than just absolutely just slate this thing to fail. There's no question about it. Are they going to sell units? Of course they're going to sell units. Are they going to sell enough units to make it so that this thing is going to last more than a year? Questionable. And are we just going to continue to use Twitch and play the games we always play and do all the other stuff and not move to Stadia? I'm going to say probably. I'm just going to throw that out there. I have never, I mean, honestly, there have been some consoles where it's just like, man, I want this thing, but I really don't want to pay for it. I don't really need it that badly. And then there have been some consoles where it's like, man, I really want this thing. Like a Switch.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, I don't know.
Like, I really want this thing. Blah, blah, blah. I have never been so absolutely just unrealistically uninterested in a console ever.
Yep. Like, I'm looking forward to the new Atari. I'm looking forward to the new ZX Spectrum. Like, those things, I'm deadly. I can play old ZX Spectrum games and new ones that people make. Great, I can play old Atari stuff, and I can get this new fucking, what is it, Ant Stream thing with all the fucking games on. That sounds fantastic. And Stadia's all like, oh, hey, we're going to have some stuff. We're going to have a lot of stuff, but only some, really. Other stuff will come maybe. I don't know.
And by the way, guys, we are going to give you games to play. Aren't we just the best people ever? Just shut up. It's like... No.
Alright.
You could give one to me and I wouldn't care.
Oh, I'll put it over on my shelf. I'll poke it up there up on the bookshelf. That's fine. I'll never open it. I'll just leave it in the original rack. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. I'll go sell one as a collector's item when they eventually die next year. Anyway, moving on. So, the Analogue Pocket looks good. Looks like a handheld retro gaming dream. Analogue is back, and the latest creation is small enough to slot into your pocket. Analogue is a company dedicated to creating what are essentially the video game versions of high-end record players, providing the best quality hardware so that fans can experience retro games exactly as originally designed and intended, but on all new hardware with a modern design and current inputs. Previously, the company has released high-end versions of the NES, Super NES, and the Sega Master Drive, all of which have been the gold standard in their class. The latest member of the family, the Analogue Pocket. It's coming in 2020 and it'll cost $199.99. The Analogue Pocket is exactly what you probably think it is. First off, it plays Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. All you have to do is slot in a cart and the games will play on a 3.5-inch LCD screen, which has a maximum resolution of 1600 by 1440, 10 times that of the original Game Boy.
Yeah.
A modern screen means you won't need to sit at a very specific angle in the sunlight to see the screen like you did with the old hardware too. The reason the Analogue machines are so coveted by hardcore fans of retro games is pretty simple. They're among the most reliably realistic ways to play these classic games without digging out original hardware. While all-in-one machines like the official SNES Classic and the Mega Drive Mini exist, they are solid value. Analogue's high-end machines have two key advantages. Firstly, you can use original cards. Second, there's no emulation involved. Entirely accurate emulation is essentially impossible, so the Analogue Pocket follows in the footsteps of Analogue's previous machines by using FPGAs. FPGAs stand for Field Programmable Gate Array, but in layman's terms, it's essentially a chip that can be programmed to act like another chip at the hardware's level. So the chip in the Analogue Pocket can pretend to be any member of the Game Boy family at the hardware level, right down to the circuits and transistors. This means that the games run almost pixel perfect to how they do on real hardware. And where they don't, the FPGA can be tweaked and patched with firmware updates. This has worked out brilliantly on the Super NT and the Mega SG, so hopefully continues to do so here. All cloned systems fucking suck, Analogue CEO Christopher Tabor told us back in 2018. He's long been on a mission to provide an alternative. The Analogue Pocket goes beyond Game Boy, however, with cartridge adapters. The machine can also be made to play cartridges from the Game Gear, Neo Geo Pocket Color, and the Atari Lynx. The announcement also curiously says that there can be more adapter cards to come for the machine, too. Finally, the machine also has a nod to all those musicians who plug Game Boy hardware in it to use it as synthesizers. The machine has a digital audio workstation called Nanoloop built right in. It can be used as a synth and sequencer for creation and performance, which is a neat addition. On top of all this, plans to also release a new analog dock, and you'll be able to drop the Analogue Pocket into this in order to make it a TV-based machine for playing those handheld classics on your TV if you so wish. You can sync up Bluetooth controllers or use the dock's two USB ports to plug in wired input devices. The dock will be probably sold separately.
That's fine.
Here's the full specs of both the machine and the dock. So the Analogue Pocket specs are compatible with Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance cards, plus all the machines via adapters. 3.5-inch LTPS LCD screen with 1600 by 1440 resolution at 615 ppi. Rechargeable lithium-ion battery with USB-C charging. Stereo speakers and a 3.5mm headphone output. Mappable buttons and original-style system link port. The Analogue dock has HDMI output, Bluetooth for wireless controllers, two USB inputs, and fully compatible with Analogue's DAC for older displays.
Jesus. Man, okay, so, like I said, this is going to be a speedrunner's dream, really, but we're also going to have to get some engineers out there to actually take a look at this and do a comparative play of the hardware versus the original hardware and see if it is. Because, yes, if it is playing on original hardware, that chip could still increase times and speeds of certain games too, depending, because I mean, if we all know what the NES is like, not all games run the same fucking way, so there's a good chance that chip might not be able to, you know, keep everything to the exact way it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be quote unquote tricking the system into thinking that it's something else. My video is frame skipping. It looks fine on my end.
Yeah, it's good for me too. Yeah, it looks fine by me. But yeah, I mean, hopefully this will run like on the exact same specs, because especially like being able to have like speed runs with a much clearer video, like,
and with the dock, you can put it to a TV.
right?
And not only that, but with the dock, you might also be able to put it directly to your video card, which means you can do a direct capture from your Game Boy. How fucking awesome is that?
Yeah, boy.
So no more emulators for Game Boys.
Yeah, boy.
That's what that comes down to. No more having to get a Super Game Boy. No more having to get Super Game Boy 2. No longer having to have a Super Nintendo to play it on to be quote unquote original hardware for a Game Boy type of thing, or to get your fucking actual Game Boy modded or something, right?
Yep. Just this was a dream.
Yeah, if this is what they're saying it is in this article, then yeah, this is fantastic. And I did show the other two here. Here's the SNES version, which it's very compact and looks awesome. So I'm hoping that if they put out this dock, I'm hoping that the dock works with all of these, so that people have options of other options to be able to hook up to their computers for speedrunning and such. And there's the Sega one looks really nice as well.
Yeah, I mean, just to let you know, guys, know how like excited I am for this. I still have Game Boy games sitting on my computer desk. This right here is my favorite Game Boy game of all time, and I'd like something to play it on, because this is Final Fantasy Adventure. This is a Seiken Daisetsu game. Seiken Daisetsu. I love this game, but
I can do that too, Scott. I got a Game Boy Color thing here. It's yellow.
Boy, you see, this is what we're talking about. We got this stuff just sitting around, and we are waiting to play some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, if there's ever anything on the opposite spectrum of the Stadia, as in,
yeah,
I absolutely want this thing. Oh boy!
Yeah, I'm very interested in the Game Boy one, more so even than because I have a Super Nintendo and Sega, obviously, so I don't really care about that as much. But this Game Boy thing, this opens up a lot more options.
Oh yes. So, they said it's going to be coming out sometime in 2020. So we will absolutely let you guys know when they give us a date of when this thing's coming out, because oh boy, do I want this thing something fierce.
I mean, if you guys want have one that you want tested or something, or like,
yeah, I know, right? We can get some testers here. I mean, we got some professional gamers over here. We can give you a test on your game. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so moving on, I found this next article here a little funny. So, Fortnite-related searches double on Pornhub during the outage. Black hole up 9,640%. The server outage during Fortnite's The End event left bereft players wanting to get their end away, with Fortnite-related searches on Pornhub more than doubling across the downtime. Searches containing the phrase Fortnite were 152% higher than average on Monday, October 14th, after spiking to 112% higher than average the day before. This represents hundreds of thousands of additional searches. During the event, Fortnite waved goodbye as its original island was sucked into a black hole to be replaced by a brand new map after a couple days of darkness, signaling the start of Chapter 2, Season 1. But while some players mournfully waited for the game to come back online, Epic's official stream of the Fortnite black hole gave idle hands more than a few ideas. Searching contained the phrase black hole shot up as high as 9,640% above average during the downtime. Not to be outdone, the official Pornhub Twitter account joined in on the action too. We had better holes to stare at than at Fortnite. That's awesome. Their official tweet. More generally, using Google Analytics affinity data, the P-Hub Insights team found that at 9 p.m. on October 13th, just after the black hole ruined or made better everyone's evening, traffic from users specifically interested in video games was over 10% higher than normal. Now please enjoy this uncensored image of the material question. Huh. Fortnite isn't the only one of this fall's big releases of that gamers that are horny for it. In the days following Borderlands 3 September release, the Pornhub Insights team found that searches for Moxie, Lilith, and the rest of the Crimson Raiders were up nearly 13,000% higher than average.
Shouldn't you be using Rule 34? Anyways.
I mean, just fucking why? I mean,
GG porno.
Why, guys? Why? This was just like, this is a way for you guys to take 3 days off and, I don't know, maybe see the outside world. It's fine. But apparently we're gonna throw hands. Get it? 'Cause God almighty. So that, like, you understand that 9,640% means that there is like almost 100 times more people looking for stuff on Pornhub than on average because Fortnite went down for 2 days. I got nothing else, Stefan.
I'm sorry, Scott.
I don't know. I'm moving on.
I just find it hilarious. That's all I can say. So,
anyway, Riot Games reveals League of Legends digital card game Legends of Runeterra.
Oh fuck, we're losing Scott now, and that's for goddamn sure. Put out a fucking card game. He's gone forever.
I'm gonna be playing it. Don't worry. Legend of Runeterra is the latest game in the works from the makers of esports behemoth League of Legends. Riot Games announced its newest title late this evening in development for PC and mobile platforms with plans to release something in 2020. The announcement comes on the 10th anniversary of League of Legends. Legends of Runeterra is described as a free-to-play competitive card game. In similar vein to Hearthstone, which brought the Warcraft board to the CCG genre, Legends of Runeterra takes place in the League of Legends universe and draws from the MOBA's cast of champions. In its first gameplay video, which you can check out on whatever thing you want, we are introduced to a few familiar faces, including Draven, Garen, Fiora, and Teemo. But not all characters in the game will be known by League players. Some will be entirely new. Legend of Runeterra's gameplay is built around dynamic, alternating combat that demands players use their skill, creativity, and cleverness to succeed, said Riot Games in a prepared statement. Legends of Runeterra will offer players multiple options to acquire cards, including both robust free-to-play options and the ability to directly purchase any card with either earned or paid currency, said the developer. You can now pre-register for the game over on its official website. Alright, I mean, I'm gonna give this a try, obviously. It's a card game.
It's a card game.
So, if any of you guys know me in card games, I'm probably going to be streaming Eternal later tonight. I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just saying.
I haven't worked in mornings game. I'm sorry.
It might be a card game. I'm just saying.
It might be a card game.
It might be a card game. I'm just saying. I've played Magic for 20 years. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Going to be going to play Final Fantasy TCG tomorrow. Just saying. But, yeah, I mean, once I get a little bit more information on Runeterra and I learn a little bit more about it, I definitely keep you guys updated because it's League of Legends. Because this game's pretty good. It's been around for 10 years and it's not changed all that much, so apparently it's a pretty good game. Just throwing that out there. So, anyway, so moving on. Blizzard cancels Overwatch Nintendo's Switch launch event without providing a reason. Blizzard has unceremoniously canceled the Overwatch Nintendo Switch launch event. Overwatch, which launches on Switch today, which was Tuesday, was supposed to have a big launch event at Nintendo's New York store on Wednesday. The launch party was announced earlier this month through free limited excuse me, I got hiccups. Oh. Though free, limited slots were available for those who managed to reserve them ahead of time. Now, just 1 day prior to the scheduled event, Nintendo announced that Blizzard is no longer going to be hosting the event. Please be aware that previously announced Overwatch launch event scheduled for Wednesday at Nintendo's NYC has been canceled by Blizzard. We apologize for any inconvenience this might cause. No reason was given for the sudden cancellation, but it's not hard to imagine why. Blizzard has been dealing with PR disaster over the past few days, which was kicked off when the company decided to ban, the Hearthstone stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The move sparked protests outside Blizzard's policies from other professional players, event casters, and Blizzard's own employees at company HQ. Blizzard ended up cutting the player suspension period and giving back his prize money, claiming its business in China had nothing to do with the original decision. Since the controversy was sparked, players everywhere pledged to show their support by turning Mei, a Chinese Overwatch character, into a pro-Hong Kong symbol in fan art and cosplay, hoping to put Blizzard in even more awkward position of potentially having to remove Mei from the roster in the Chinese version.
Pretty sure that she's allergic to something. Her hand is swollen the fuck up. Look at that fucking thumb down there, man. Look at that fat thumb thing that's going on there.
Well, if you know May's a little thick. She's my thick girl. She's pretty...
Fuck! Her fucking big thumb thing here is bigger than mine. Like, mine doesn't go,
May's a thick honey, though. There's nothing wrong with that, because May's pretty nice. I don't want to talk. Anyway, I was like, indeed, they may already be working on May cosplay inspired by the same movement to parade at BlizzCon in November. It's very possible Blizzard simply wanted to avoid some sort of protest from what's happening in the NYC event, though it remains to be seen if this will have any impact at BlizzCon. I mean, as much as, like, canceling an event the day before, I mean, this was going to happen. You know that people were going to show up in May cosplay and this sort of stuff, like, this sort of thing was going to make things a living hell for the people that just wanted to show up and have some fun at an Overwatch release. Blizzard's already in hot enough water right now, so they don't need any bad publicity.
Yeah, right.
Especially if what's supposed to be like a fun launch party, like 70 people show up in May cosplay that are all like, stand with Hong Kong all over their face. That's just gonna be like, you know what? Here's a better idea. We don't do that. Because there's already enough hot water for all the crap that's going on with Blitzchung. So it's like, you know what? Let's just do nothing. Because that way, all we can just say is like, oh, they canceled the party. Oh, well. Instead of, oh, they had a party and it turned into a political debate or a political fight. Or even like if worst case scenario, police have to get involved. So it's just like, as much as I hate the fact that this is a thing that we are going to have to constantly talk about, I get why Blizzard did it. Mm-hmm. So
it's the same thing as me going over to your channel and be like, man, I don't have many people watching me at my stream, but people show at your stream should go over and watch me sometime, like in a few minutes or something. You should just leave Scott's stream over to me. It's more or less doing the same thing. Like you're saying more or less what's on your mind, kind of thing. Like, there's no need. You don't. Anyways,
leave it to the games. Anyway, Microsoft is going to has rolled out an Xbox swear filter to combat online toxicity. Microsoft has unveiled its new Xbox content filter, a part of the community's continued effort to combat online toxicity. As described on Xbox Wire, the new Xbox text filters let you customize the level of offensive content you are exposed to in private messages. Mm-hmm. This feature will be coming to users' profiles, clubs, and your activity feed at a later date. You can find the Xbox content filter in the new messages safety setting, which gives you 4 options against toxic content. The mature setting looks for keywords and phrases that Microsoft has determined are almost always harmful, and automatically hides offensive messages which include them. The friendly settings is the friendly setting is the lowest setting, and the automatic default on child accounts, which hides all profanity and offensive phrases. Medium is a lighter setting, which lets the common profanity while filtering more offensive terms. Finally, the unfiltered setting lets chaos reign and all content through. Additional customization features are also available, which let you apply separate filters to friends and strangers. Check out all new filters within the Xbox stuff. Anyway,
so they're basically asking they're challenging trolls. Hey, can you find a way around our family-friendly filters to say things to people? Yes, I can say you are the tip of a man's undercarriage, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's like, How can we possibly word this message so we can tell this 13-year-old kid to kill himself? It's like they're gonna find a way.
Hurt your mom's gams and have a taste, like Is that not that's not family friendly? But I didn't say anything really profane there, did I?
You didn't say anything wrong. It's like your mother and I enjoyed a nice sherry last night, and then we fornicated under the tree.
I attacked her sphincter with aggression. I'm just saying, there's probably more than enough ways around that. And you just, like I said, you're challenging trolls. Just stop.
I heard that base jumping without a parachute is a new thing. Why don't you try it?
Jeez.
You know, that sort of stuff. You know, they're gonna get around it. They're looking for keywords and stuff like that. Exactly. It's like what I just said. I heard base jumping without a parachute is fun. Go try it. I'm telling somebody to go kill themselves. You know,
just by changing the word with to without.
Changing the words around. Go fucking kill yourself. You know, that's what they're gonna filter now. That sort of stuff. You know. Hey, yeah, fuck you, I fucked your mom, blah, 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 that sort of stuff. They're going to filter that sort of stuff. But you know these people are smart enough to get around that sort of stuff. You got to filter the word mom out, for God's sakes. Let's put it that way. But then you get around that, you just... I had a great night with your maternal parent last night.
With your matriarch,
yeah. So, nice try, Xbox. I don't think it's going to be good enough. Just throwing that out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's been almost a month since I've talked about it. But here's your Pokemon Go update. Pokemon Go is getting a ridiculously adorable Halloween event. A new Halloween event is coming to Pokemon Go later this week. The Halloween runs from October 17th. From 1 p.m. until November 1st. It's still going, Stefan. It's still going. I checked the date on this one. I made sure it was still happening.
Good job, Scott.
Yeah, right? One in a row. I did my research. Aren't you proud of me? Can I have a treat? Anyway, it's running from October 17th to November 1st at 1 p.m. PTD developer Niantic announced today. The limited time event introduces costume-wearing Pokemon, both in raids and out in the wild, as well as spooky field research tasks and new shadow Pokemon who need rescuing from the wily Team Go Rocket. New Ghost and Dark-type Pokemon will also start to appear in the wild, in eggs, and throughout raids, says the developer. Additionally, the pitch-black Pokemon Darkrai will be making its debut this week in 5-star raids. October 17th will see the release of new avatar items in Pokemon Go-style shop, which includes a fashionable Pikachu onesie and a Zubat bag. These will be permanent additions to the game.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty cool. I like this sort of stuff. I like the Pikachu with the little ghost bag over its head. And
it almost looks like that one Pokemon that's like, it looks like it's a shitty cloth puppet or something.
Yeah, it's Pikachu. But
what? No, I'm saying the fucking the costume itself looks like a different Pokemon.
Yeah.
Now I don't know what it's called.
Which one are we talking about?
It looks like it's like a
the top or bottom one.
What? Oh, the one on top, right here.
The one on top. Well, there's Bulbasaur, Pikachu, Charmander.
I'm talking about Pikachu.
And Squirtle. Yeah. It looks like Mimikyu.
There you go. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I see it. He kind of looks like a...
It looks exactly like that. It has the face on the top. It has the eyes on the top.
Mimikyu. Yeah, okay, I see it.
Boom! Right. I'm a bigger Pokemon fan than fucking Scott!
Listen, it's Pokemon Go costumes, you know. I might... At least I knew which Pokemon you were talking about, for God's sakes. And look, the Charmander looks like it's wearing an Axew head. I'm throwing that out there, folks. Throwing that out there.
It looks like a Cubone's mask.
It kind of like with like the little single spike on its head. It looks like it might be an Axew, but I'm not sure. And you know, Squirtle with the Shuppet hat. Or no, that's not Shuppet. That's shit.
Oh,
this thing down here. Yamask. There we go. Yamask. Whatever. Moving on. Okay, so I found this hilarious. Gears 5 developer The Coalition has a particularly harsh punishment for players who quit out of online matches too often. The developer is enforcing bans for up to 2 years to repeat offenders who will regularly enter into and drop out of multiplayer. New penalties for quitting the game went active last week and have resulted in complaints by some of the members of the Gears community who have been affected. No Life Degenerate, a Reddit user who has been banned from Gears multiplayer for 640 days, claimed to have received no warning whatsoever prior to the penalty. In response, Microsoft Director of Communications Dana Sissons took to Twitter, writing, "We looked into this person's account, and in the last day alone, he has played 21 escalation matches and quit 18 of them. A temporary probation period has now been given to all previously suspended players, but the studio warns that these users are just one strike away from suspension. Quitters have been receiving a month to a year-long suspension for prior behavior. This is how long you can be suspended for a rampant quitter. Take heed. Over the next few hours, impacted users will be unsuspended, but one quit away from suspension. You have been warned."
Oh.
Gears 5 multiplayer modes require cooperation between teammates. When a player drops from a team, the match ultimately is skewed in favor of the other side. Banning repeat quitters is just one of the options for policing this kind of bad sportsmanship online. In response to one Twitter user who suggests the studio try more creative methods for enforcing good player behavior, like rewarding players for not quitting or disabling character skins for users that quit matches, Dana Sism writes, "Penalties are just the first step. Stay tuned for more details."
Good.
I think that this should be something that should be implemented into every single fucking multiplayer game. Ever.
Because you know what? You're not going to get better by quitting a fucking game. And if you're doing it to put the odds into your favor, then you're just terrible at the game, and why are you playing it to begin with?
Yep. I think that there should be, you know how like RPG games have like there should be like an anti-experience meter. That every time that you quit a game, that experience meter starts to fill. And it very, very slowly starts to drain away. Like maybe 5% per day or whatever. And once you hit certain milestones on that, you get bans. And then that decay stops during your ban. And when you come back and you quit again, boom, another milestone. Now you're banned for longer, and that decay doesn't go away. And once you hit a certain threshold, boom, you're just banned. Period. You know, I think that should be a thing in every goddamn multiplayer game. Just period. Because just rage quitters and all these sort of, and you know what kind of game like has the worst sort of stuff with that? Fighting games. Fighting games are notorious for bad rage quitting.
You haven't played Rocket League, have you?
No. Well, let's Rocket League 2. That should be a thing that should happen to them. You quit so many matches in a period of time, you get banned. Fighting games are terrible for that, especially fighting games which take a long period of time to finish a game. Like, just say a game like Dragon Ball FighterZ. It's 3-on-3, so matches will take somewhere between, a bad player may die or may lose in like a minute 30, but like a good, real tension match can take up to 5 minutes. Imagine going through like this intense match for 4.5 minutes. Just for you to start pulling off a combo that's going to beat the enemy player and they just fucking quit. And you get nothing for that match. You don't get a win. You don't get a draw. You get nothing. You worked your ass off for that win. And because somebody decided to go, quit. No win for you. That's bullshit. And it should be this sort of thing. And I'm talking about like penalties that are this severe, like a 2-year ban. I fucking love it. And I hope that this is going to be something that a lot of other developers will take into account and see, hey, this is going to make quality of life for all multiplayer gaming that much better.
Oh, yeah.
I think that there has to be
elbows
a
are
differentiate,
hilarious.
or like you
elbows-
being
I guess
able
they're
to
like the knees of the
differentiate
arms,
between
you know what I mean?
If the elbows are the knees of the
rage
arms,
quitting
then are the
and
knuckles
disconnect.
the knees
There has
of
to
the
be a little bit of
finger
leniency
knees.
for when it comes to like. There are some people who play on, multiplayer games that don't exactly have the best connection. There needs to be a way for you to be able to differentiate between a genuine disconnect, which it's like instead of like saying, "Oh, hey, the guy just ripped his thing out of the back of his Xbox." You can tell when that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And like, oh, hey, the connection was still there, but there was like a timeout by the ISP. Whatever. Okay, sure. There has to be some sort of penalty because you technically did quit, but it's going to be far more lenient than you just going to your menu and hitting leave game. Period. It has to be.
Why don't they just take it out?
Much worse.
Why don't they just take it the option to leave game?
That would be great, but it's like, sorry, I'm getting texted.
I'm sorry?
Give me 1 second. The wifey apparently forgot it's Saturday afternoon or Saturday evening. But anyway, this absolutely right here should be a base guideline of what you should do for players who constantly
Oh,
leave.
there's the problem.
So,
oh,
I can't say anything more. This is a perfect article. 10 out of 10 would read again. So, anyway, moving on. Xbox or Microsoft explains how games for Xbox Game Pass are selected. During a panel at PDXCon 2019, Microsoft Senior Director of ID Productions Chris Sharla talked about the Xbox Game Pass. Sharla was asked to explain how Microsoft curates the list of games that go into the service. He explained that of course it's a matter of having fun in typically high-rated games, but Microsoft also aims to have a good mix of genres at all times. For us, when we look at what games to bring into the Game Pass, we really just focus on it has to be super fun. Typically, that also means that they're highly rated. This has to be something that we think players are going to like and adds to the mix. We don't want to have just all shooters or platformers or something like that, because games always go into Game Pass and come out of Game Pass. We're also looking to create a really good mix so that at any time it's going to be really fun. Charlotte also mentioned that Microsoft is seeing gamers playing on Game Pass. Charlotte also mentioned that Microsoft is seeing gamers playing on Game Pass games of genres that they have never tried before. The really cool thing is that we see people playing games types that they have never played before. More than 90% of the people who have an Xbox Game Pass have played a game in the genre they have never played before. Just yesterday, Paradox Interactive announced Crusader Kings 3 and mentioned that it will be on Xbox Game Pass for PC on day one when it releases in 2012.
2020.
Or 2020, sorry. I think this is a cool idea. I think, just being able to not only just, like they're saying, like it's only going to be like only shooters or fighters or whatever, just something new every once in a while.
But I mean, as long as they're opening up these games and giving new genres to people like who haven't played those before, and they're actually playing them, well, I mean, that's opening up a whole new like list of games that they're possibly going to buy now. They're going to be like, well, shit, I fucking love this game, so I'm going to see what other games are in this genre and try out another one. You just got to hope now that they're not going to be saying, I'm going to see what this $2 game is like as compared to this $12 game. Because more than likely, the $12 game in that genre is probably going to be better than the $2 one, but it's not always the case.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and that's just like, every once in a while, maybe I want to just try something. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like, hey, this is going to be an interesting new thing, and maybe this is some sort of like puzzle game or, platformer that I've never tried before. Maybe it'll be an RPG that's like, I've never really been a fan of RPGs, but I'm going to give this a try. It's free. What can I, and if I don't like it, I'll play something else, So having a little bit of variety may bring you into a genre you never knew that you liked before, which I think is a great idea. And it also, like, for them, on a business perspective, it's like, hey, maybe we're gonna like say, player A has never played a mech kind of game before, then play like a Gundam type game or whatever. Here's this, there's going to be a free Gundam game. Hey, this is really cool. Maybe all these other mech type games are going to be neat. And now they're going to start exploring more games that they never knew they wanted in the first place. So, all right. So the last thing I want to talk about here tonight are a couple details revealed for Pokemon Sword and Shield.
Love them.
Recently, IGN revealed a new video that hosts 5 brand new details about Pokemon Sword and Shield. The video was created from the 90 minutes that IGN were able to spend with the games, and surely aren't the only new details they noticed. There's a twist to the opening area and starter battle. In all Pokemon games, players pick between 3 starter Pokemon. These Pokemon evolve twice, becoming sort of the most powerful characters in the game. In that respect, Pokemon Sword and Shield are no different. Players will choose between Grookey, Scorbunny, or Sobble, alongside their rival, which is Hop for Sword and Shield. As customary for all Pokemon games, players then have a battle with their rival, pitting each starter Pokemon against one another in a battle that generally consists of 2 moves, Tackle and Growl. However, in Sword and Shield, the rival battle has a twist that bleeds into the game's opening area. Hop will also have a Wooloo, an unofficial mascot for Pokemon Sword and Shield, meaning that players must defeat 2 Pokemon in the starting battle with their rival. Wooloo is also literally everywhere in the game's open town, so much so that you can't escape it. Apparently, the Pokemon also has a lot to do with one of the early storylines, so players will be seeing a lot of Wooloo before they even leave their hometown. Encounter evolutions. In most of the Pokemon games, players will encounter Pokemon in the wild at random. This can happen as they walk through tall grass, or just as they explore caves. In Pokemon Go, this was changed so that players could see the Pokemon in the wild and choose which ones to battle, and which ones to avoid. In Sword and Shield, encounters have evolved once again. Players will still be able to see Pokemon in the wild, choosing between fighting them or avoiding them. But there'll also be random encounters. These random encounters show up as exclamation marks, and players can choose to take part in them or avoid them. The advantage of these random encounters is that there are also a few Pokemon who are limited to them and can't be encountered anywhere else. This is a new dynamic for the Pokemon games and will once again change the way that players think about exploring the world in these fantastic looking games. The wild area grows with players. The wild area is a new place for players to explore in Pokemon Sword and Shield. It's the biggest open world space in the games and has a few other NPCs in there for players to interact with, such as camping merchants or trainers. In the wild area, players can earn in-game currency to purchase curry ingredients and camping gear, many of which are exclusive to the area. As a player unlocks the ability to explore in new ways through Pokemon abilities, they'll be able to access more of the wild area. Certain parts will naturally be locked up because players can't ride Pokemon on water or fly or hack away at bushes, but these will open up over time as players become more experienced. The wild area is also where max raid battles take place and leads perfectly into the next feature, playing with others. The wild area is where players will be able to play with or against friends in co-op and competitive battles. It's only possible to ping friends from a specific area though, so this could get annoying fast. The main reason you'd call in a friend other than for trading is to take on max raid battles, the hardest encounters in the game. You can see other players as you run around the wild area with them, and I think there's something really special about this as a longtime Pokemon fan. While this could be a point all on its own, I'm including it here because it relates to playing with others. Max raid battles can be played with NPCs, so you don't have to have friends in order to play the game's hardest content.
Don't have to have friends.
Oh, you don't have to have no friend! It's also possible to use Gigantamax Pokemon in these battles, but you have to catch them first. Apparently, these encounters are the most incredible moments of the game, and they've got me really excited to try capturing a massive Pokemon. Pokemon in games generally plateau when players have beaten all the gyms, the Elite Four, and captured the legendary Pokemon of whatever game to play. From there, the point of continuing to play is to capture all the Pokemon in the Pokédex, which can take quite a long time. In Sword and Shield, in Sword and Shield, it always feels like something is going on. Whether they're bonding with their Pokemon, cooking up some curry, and camping out, or battling in the arena, players will always have something that keeps them coming back to the games, and that's new. This is cool stuff. I'm I am kind of a fan of the new starter thing. Like, it's cool, you know. It's 2v1, but you know, don't suck and win. All right, cool, whatever. Encounter evolution, I like that. I like that a lot. I like the fact that it's going to, like, once you actually find all the exclusive stuff, then you could start ignoring the stuff. But then it's like, all right, well, there's something new here. I'm gonna go check it out. You know, it kind of gives a little bit of, you know, mysticism to what's going on. I'm very excited to see what the wild area is about. Like, you got a little castle in the background and areas that you can get to. Looks like it's going to be huge. So there's that.
Everyone wants the shinies.
So, and max raid battles sound fun.
Shinies.
So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of new stuff that's going to be going on in, you know, Sword and Shield, and I'm very, very much looking forward to playing it.
Please,
So,
shinies, please.
yes. So, all right, so that'll do it for my my section of the. So I will now turn to Stefan.
All right. Well, first we're gonna make sure that Scott is still there.
So I will. Oh yeah, we want to make sure that you can still hear me. We're gonna move. Right. Doing.
All right.
You all still hear me? All
So,
good?
as always, you know what we're starting with now, right,
Wait.
Scott?
Whoa! Hold on. Is this what I think it is? Is this my favorite portion of the podcast? Is it your favorite portion of the podcast? It really should be, because it's everybody's favorite portion of the podcast.
It's a Steam queue.
So we're gonna have a 50-50 bunch today. I have a feeling that we're gonna have 5 games that are gonna be really exciting, and then I have a feeling we're gonna have 5 games where we're gonna be like, what the fuck am I looking at? So without any further ado, we got Steam queue.
Indeed. So let me just take up that demo. Oh yeah. All right. First, Dynasty Warriors 7. Don't even have to know what's going on in this. Of course, it's going on my wish list. I love Dynasty Warriors, man. And all I had was the one that I got for Xbox. I think it's Dynasty Warriors 3 or something like that. 4. Oh, that's
Wow,
why
that was
I have
quick.
both PS3 as well.
Well, there you go. And if you ever wanted to kill like 700 dudes at once, Dynasty Warriors is the game for
And
you.
get all kinds of cool weapons. Everyone got a different kind of weapon. You get everybody.
You want to slam the ground and watch 70 human beings all burst into flames? Dynasty Warriors is a game for you. So there you go. You don't even have
Next
to think
in the
about that one.
3000th Duel. We've already looked at this game. Like, so many
3000th.
times. Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is a Metroidvania type game.
Oh yeah. Okay, we definitely.
I've definitely messaged these people about us covering their game a couple times already in the podcast.
Yeah.
So. It's a pretty cool game. Obviously, we didn't cover it on the Steam queue because it wasn't on my wish list, but it's been added now.
Yeah. We've definitely talked about it. That's for
Morpheus
sure.
Law, what the fuck is happening? Look at him run! What is happening? What the fuck? You shooting him in the crotch? Green morph.
What?
Hit the ignore button. Next in queue. Allurus.
Okay, rockets coming out of
Casual Dungeons and Dragons RPG adventure. What? No! Single player only. Oh.
I mean, there are some D&D style games that are single player that are pretty good.
But Scott, I want to play with my friends.
I know.
Oh, it has a demo ready for download. You can also buy the game. It's only $11.49 Canadian, so $8.99.
Not too bad.
American or something.
Probably right now.
Okay, enough of the bullshit. I want to see like the actual gameplay.
Put up your feet and stare.
Well, we don't need to see no snowball going all over the
Is this
place.
This
Can you
must
stop
be my
the
first.
fucking volume when I skip ahead? Jesus. Looks like it's a type of card game, so it's probably something Scott's gonna masturbate to.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't like cars or nothing. You're making stuff cars.
I never got to play Hyrule Warriors. Alright, next in the queue is Kawaii Dethu Desu. I like the graphics so far, and that's all I have to go with, but...
I mean...
Key Japanese ones. Pick a supernatural idol and beat the hell out of, no pun intended, as many overzealous fans as you can. This is addictive. Beat them up as you work your way to claim the throne of the underworld. What the fuck?
Death Chan, huh?
Scott's loving it already. Whoa! Okay, so yeah, no, this is pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. Shit!
Yeah, man, I'd be lying if I said
it's going on my wish list, so.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't kind of interested.
Oh yeah,
in
this looks awesome.
But it's called Kawaii Dethu Desu. It's like, the name is like such a turnoff, but then it's like, oh, this actually looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh. Okay.
Damn it.
Whoa,
This actually
whoa,
looks great.
whoa, what was that? Jesus, alright, next one. Stamp Boy. Oh, okay. Some kind of puzzler game that's using Mario exclamation points.
This is... Dude, this is a direct ripoff of Mario vs. Donkey
Oh,
Kong.
there you go.
This is wow. How did they get away with that? This is 100% Mario vs. Donkey Kong.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Alright, we're gonna go
Like-
to the next one because.
Whoa. Holy hell, how did nobody see
Our
that?
next game is Sage Ball. And it's a soccer game. What the fuck?
What the fuck? What?
Can't ignore. No,
What?
Thank you.
What?
Don't give up. A cynical tale. Ooh, okay. RPG, adventure, comedy, dark humor.
Don't give up.
So it's like one of these adventure type games. Oh! That's a sword.
Oh.
And then when they have like conversations, the people don't look like their pixely selves. Oh. That disappoints me. I do like the actual gameplay graphics look pretty.
Okay, this is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Smackdown.
What? I have no idea what I'm looking at, Stefan.
I don't know how I feel about this game yet.
Please. Yeah, that.
Alright, so we're not going to ignore it or add to the wish list. We're going to go to our next one. Driven Up.
Yeah.
What is this? Scott.
I don't know. This is like, holy shit. This is like it's like a 2D King's Quest with like real-time fighting.
Holy shit.
This is
Whoa, what?
what in the
Oh
world?
shit, and he smashed it. Okay. Alright. This game looks good.
This is different.
Oh yeah, that's going on my wish list. That looked fucking awesome, dude. It came out
Yeah.
2 days ago.
Driven
Jesus.
Out.
All right. So far,
Alright.
that's the top game I've seen so far this
Yeah.
week. MMX. What was it?
It's Mega Man X, boy.
Scott?
What?
No, this game. No. Chikara Action Arcade Wrestling. Oh! If I'm not mistaken, I actually have a key for this right now. I requested it and they actually gave it to me, so I will be playing this very soon. Oh, shit.
Ooh. Is it like actually the... Tornado DDT, boy! Alright, you can make your own wrestler. Cool, you can get your own stuff. Yeah, I'm a fan. Faymaster. There you go. Alright, wrestler. Cool. That was a...
Oh,
okay.
so I'm gonna put it on my wish list, even though I'm gonna have it, obviously. But we're gonna go next one.
Right.
Ooh,
Oh,
redo.
That hurt. That hurt.
Oh, hello. This looks good.
Redo.
Huh.
Neat.
I like the detail in the background and stuff. Oh no, don't be over yet. Okay, no, it's
Right.
not. Okay, jeez. I got all sad and stuff. The action is a little bit more slower paced than you'd expect, actually.
Yeah.
But maybe that's the whole point, is to like time things a little bit better for yourself then.
Yeah.
Oh damn. Okay. So that, whoa.
It's kind of like that same combat speed that I felt like in Freelancer, where it was like when you hit a button, you kind of had to like time your swings so that like the wind up was a little. You weren't gonna get like an immediate attack. You were gonna get like that wind up, which I'm okay with.
That's a wish list as well. We got to see a lot of good games in the queue
Yeah, we
this
did.
week.
I was happy to be wrong for the most part.
Alright, so I've also got 2 extra
I think we were
games that I've seen on Steam that I wanted to show you guys.
Ooh.
The first one's called
We get it.
Outbuddies. Let's just go and have a watch of the trailer, shall we?
Outbuddies?
Just watch.
Oh, it looks Metroidvania
Oh
to
yeah.
me. Yeah, we got Morph Ball to go with it.
Right? It's pretty cool. Looks like they use a lot. They get a lot more use of the ball too in this game, like for dodging and stuff.
Yo, it's like fucking like Metroid made Turrican. If you've never played any of the Turrican games, you're missing out on that.
Oh, this looks great so far.
Yes, it does. Oh my god.
So I figured you would at least enjoy it, at the very least. But
Oh,
I
hell
enjoyed the
yes.
look of
This
this
looks
as well.
awesome.
It's fantastic. Very vibrant too.
Yes, sir.
So that one's obviously going on to the wish list. And we have one more game that we're going to look at before we're done here. Gensokyo Night Festival. So let's go and watch this. This also looks fantastic, Scott.
Whoa, what the
See?
fuck's going on here? What the fuck's going on here? Yo, it got some of them Toho waifus.
Yeah, but this is like something that even I would play. This looks fucking awesome.
Holy shit!
It's not like Overboard Bullet Hill.
Nobody should do a spare bomb. What the fuck? Oh, holy shit. Oh, okay, what is that called?
Oh, it's done. Okay. That is called Gensokyo Night Festival. Already added it onto my wish list as well. I guess the developer's playing it right now. Look at this.
Gensokyo Night Festival. That's only like less than $12. Oh, yeah, that's pretty good. That looks awesome, by the way. So I'm definitely for that.
See, always fun and good games on the Steams.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so looks like we're going to be heading into our first part of our news from IndieRetroNews.com. We're just going to give a quick refresh. Make sure there's nothing new there. There is not. But our first one... never mind. Our first one's going to be Vengaza, a text-based adventure game by Physical Dreams, gets an English MSX release. I'd really like to look at this, so I wanted to take a look at this segment. Or whatever you'd like to call it. Alright, so command text-based adventure games are back in fashion, especially with the latest games mentioned, such as Spooky Adventure and Night Orc, to name but a few. But now we turn our attention to another text-based adventure game that's worth a look to. As according to MSX.org, Physical Dreams have launched the English translated version of the commercial MSX game of Vengaza, a game which originally was a Spanish-based title already available in cartridge form. So, according to the website, Vengaza is a text-based adventure game that was developed in a black and white style that to that of old comic drawings. Furthermore, in terms of its development, the game was created using DAAD, which is an old professional development tool for adventure games that is still being used to create other text-based titles even today. You can get your copy in two different formats, a small carton box and a large plastic box. And you can contact Physical Dreams at physicaldreamsgames@gmail.com if you'd like to get a copy. Alright, so our next thing here, Scott loves them shooters. Reshoot Proxima 3, the next Amiga game from Reshoot R creator Richard Lowenstein. While many of you are still enjoying Reshoot R, the previous game from Richard Lowenstein that featured high-grade shoot-'em-up action with smooth scrolling and top-quality music, you may also be interested to know that he's now working on another game called Reshoot Proxima 3, the next game in the Reshoot lineup, which instead features top-scrolling shoot-'em-up arcade action and a new soundtrack. Let's have a look, shall we? What do you think, Scott?
You get to it first. I'm a couple seconds behind. Looks pretty nice. Got lots of bullets. Pretty nice.
I guess we're just working on there's not enemies and stuff yet, but the backgrounds and stuff look pretty good. Alright, let's have a look at this one here real quick. It's only 45 seconds as well. Although it's early days for the game with previewed footage above, Reshoot Proxima 3 will be developed by Richard Lowenstein, Kevin Saunders, Bernd Daskan Hoffman, Yoshin Virgil, and Feldkosser. Oh my god, and Feldkosser. I don't know if I'm saying any of that right. With many features we expect from the same creator of the excellent Reshoot R series. We don't have any further details about the game, but expect a hopeful release towards 2020. Well, it looks fast enough, especially for the Amiga.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get some updates in the following months as well. So
looks pretty good.
So next we have Black Dawn Rebirth, Double-Sided Games' latest Amiga crawler exclusive look. Alright, so Double-Sided Games have been busy the last few months with the release of Realms of Quest 5 and the Amiga C64 release of Vegetables Deluxe, but those games are not the only ones worth mentioning on Indie Retro News, as we've just been told that not only is their upcoming Amiga dungeon crawler of Black Dawn Rebirth available for pre-order, but in less than 4 hours time around 7 or 8 p.m. UK, there will be an exclusive look at the close-to-release version of Black Dawn Rebirth. So let's have that's like a 1-hour video.
Oh, jeez.
There we go. So it's a point-and-click dungeon-based kind of game, looks like. But but it's more along space lines. Because Space Quest was like, you see your character on the screen and stuff. It wasn't a dungeon crawler like this. So this is actually kind of interesting, just to be able to see this.
It reminds me of like an old Genesis shooting game that I used to play. That was like a Zero Tolerance, I think it was called. That was a really cool game. Lots of aliens in this sort of environment.
Oh, a locker, and I guess you can unlock it somehow and probably get some cool stuff inside. I'm pretty sure if Mr. Six is watching, he'd be interested in this.
Right?
So, Black Dawn Rebirth is the 7th episode of the Black Dawn Dungeon Crawler RPG series set in a futuristic science fiction horror theme. Wow, 7th in the... Wow. It is currently in development by one of its original authors, Sean Waters, with the support of the creator of the series, Andy Campbell, as well as further support from Tenchu Barbarian Plus. Working on the graphics and music by Mike Richmond, who already worked on the Black Dawn series. Release date is the 1st of December, which is not too far away.
Yeah, it's less than 2 months.
A little over a month. Actually, yeah.
Yeah. 5.5 weeks.
There you go.
We got you a time frame, don't worry. But yeah, aesthetically it looks really nice. May not be like the kind of game that I would
I
actively
definitely
seek
would.
out, but I can definitely see like it does look like a lot of work's gone into it, and it does look really nice.
With
so.
Amiga somehow, dude.
Right.
Alright, our next game is the Unnamed role-playing game, a very early preview of a yet unknown C64 game. Though many of you are still waiting for Sarah Jane Avery's upcoming RPG of Briley Witch Chronicles. Excuse me? She has another game that we're not aware of?
Wait, she has an RPG.
Okay, Scott, you go look for that. Another game has surfaced which may make for an interesting RPG if it actually gets a future release. Titled so far as Unnamed Roleplay Game, and not related to in any other way to Untitled Goose Game. This game, teased as an early preview by Laxity, looks to be developed by Raffo and features a man who likes planting flowers. That's a strange.
I mean, I got Briley Witch Chronicles, but
I didn't miss it if they covered it
know,
well.
Chief.
We would have, I would imagine. Bonus surprise games. Okay, so you're just playing flowers and just open blocks. That's crazy. Why are you doing that? Sadly, that's all we can say for the game, as although you can play through a few screens and downloadable preview, there's no music and we can't find anything else about the game on the internet. So, if you know anything about unnamed role-playing games, such as the person behind the game, or if it's going to be turned into something great, please let us know. Oh, so it was just found. Alright.
oh, okay.
Alright, so up next we have Rocket and Roll, a new SEUCK game by Richard Bayliss for the C64. Is that similar to the one that we were looking at before, I wonder?
For what I understand, it's probably just another part of the Briley Witch Chronicles. So I might be wrong.
No, this is different than what I thought. Okay, it's actually a scrolling. Oh shit! I actually kind of like the look of the ship. Ooh, okay, you get slowdown with extra stuff on the screen though. Jesus.
Yeah, a little bit of slowdown. Ooh, a lot of slowdown. Oh, that shit's relentless. Whoa, they're coming from the bottom of the screen. Woo!
Jesus.
Boy, they're shooting them Cheerios. Boy, I played enough Metroid to know that them
Oh,
bad
from
things.
behind?
Shit.
Oh, that sucks. Jesus.
Right.
This looks like it's going to be a difficult shoot 'em up. Holy crap, dude. Alright, so another game to add to a long list of C64 designed shoot 'em ups, as we've recently been told by Saberman that the new Dimension has released a brand new shoot 'em up called Rocket and Roll for the C64. This, the game developed by Richard Bayliss, pits your rocket against an unknown force, as you must guide your rocket through 4 different zones to try to find your destination for exploration, i.e. the sun. In this game, you fly across a number of zones. You must destroy as many enemies as possible for an ever higher score. Along the way, you'll be able to collect shield pods, which for a time will give you some protection from blowing up. The game features challenging zones, plenty of enemies to keep you busy, and another great soundtrack by Richard Bayliss. Alright. I didn't get to listen to the soundtrack yet.
Boy, this looks... Damn.
What?
That looks hard as shit,
It
man.
really
Holy
does.
crap. Yes, it does. You got 4 zones? Boy, oh boy, the developers can't get through the first one. Holy shit. Woo! Alright.
Okay, we're gonna go to our next game, which is the first one I was looking at. Lynx Quest, a new Atari Lynx game preview, available as version 1.04. This is a game by New Generation. So, Atari Lynx gamers, which we haven't covered any Atari Lynx yet, so this is fantastic. Atari Lynx gamers, you may be interested in this news update, as we've just been given a heads up by Saberman. Jesus, that dude knows about everything. That the action-adventure game of Lynx Quest, which was created for 30th Lynx competition by Atari Gamer, has been released as a 1.04 preview. Though the game can be downloaded as a preview version below, the team behind the game, as New Generation, is hoping to finalize the game by version 1.10.
Dokie. Oh, this is L... For anybody listening in, this is LYNX, not Link,
Yeah,
like
Lynx.
Zelda.
Atari Lynx.
Link. Like the Atari Lynx. There you go. Yeah.
Mysterious item was found. Those candles are actually pretty cool. Except it's really blowing, and they're like, they're
Yeah, right?
steadfast.
That's-
They're like, nah, I'm not getting blown out. Fuck you, wind. What's that? Is that a hurricane? Like I care. What? Are you a mushroom shooting a bow and arrow? Whoa. Oh wait. Okay. Again, don't get me wrong. I mean, the Atari Lynx, that, as far as I remember, is the equivalent of the Atari's Game Boy. So this doesn't look too bad as compared to any other Game Boy game, really.
Right?
I've seen worse Game Boy games too. So, I mean, look at the first Mario game. You were literally trying to say, like, is that pixel supposed to be Mario right there? Okay. So at least you can tell what your character kind of is.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, for doing this for a competition, that's pretty good. Oh, okay. I guess you have to kill so many things and then go through a portal, maybe. Travel through 4 worlds, fighting enemies and eliminating the final bosses. The game isn't 100% complete yet. At the moment, you can play in the randomly generated worlds and fight random bosses. But a fully featured game with a story and progression arc is coming soon. Okay, that's cool. I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to find some sort of story to put behind this.
Yeah. Looks pretty good though.
Yeah,
for
dude.
the Lynx.
And like I said, it's not often you get
I'm
to cover
interested.
Lynx games.
Yeah, right. No kidding.
I don't know if I've even played an Atari Lynx, to be honest.
I think I have like maybe, but not very often.
Alright, so we're going to move on to our next one here. Kung Fu Master, upcoming Amiga conversion of a classic arcade game, gets an update.
That's an update. Okay. We have gone over this before. I'm interested to see what the update's about.
Kung Fu Master has been written in Blitz Basic as a game was originally released in 84 by Irem Arcade and has been covered in many 8-bit systems. So it doesn't really say here. It doesn't say anything here about what the actual update is.
What the update is?
So let's just watch it and see what happens.
I remember what.
I got them sound out as well for this one.
Can't program past 9.
We'll leave the sound. We'll leave the music off for the rest of the podcast and just film this the game sound. It's weird that you get dulled down. Like there's loud and then there's like soft, like yeah.
Stop hugging me.
You get those front jump kicks. That's how you speed through this game. Scott knows.
Yeah, I tried to speed run Kung Fu for a little while there, and
He'll get back to it someday.
I'm fairly convinced that the guy with the world cheats, but I can't prove it. There and
He'll get back to it someday.
I'm fairly convinced that the guy with the world cheats, but so you know.
All right. Well, it looks like and sounds like Kung Fu. It looks like it runs pretty smoothly. So the Amiga is. See, I'm talking about. I need an Amiga. Fuck. All right. So Internet Archive adds over 2,500 DOS games to play in your browser.
Wow.
Back in November of 2014, we mentioned some of the best websites to play classic retro systems online. Systems such as the CPC, NES, MSX, and loads more were completely playable directly through your browser. One such site, called the Archive, had a massive game list from the 70s through the 90s, all emulated in JS main, so JavaScript main, containing hundreds of games ranging through many different genres and styles. Well, they've just gone one big step further and listed over 2,500 DOS games already on top of the previous huge listing. Again, all playable through either Chrome, Firefox, or Internet Explorer. They probably won't list all of them as many are sold through GOG, but they do have games such as Boulder Dash, Dune 2, and many others that are a joy to play in any browser. Thanks, Blues News, for the heads up. That is actually a really good thing. I'm glad we got to see this because
That's
anyone
cool.
who didn't grow up with DOS games, here you go.
Oh.
Go get your fucking feet wet. Go play some DOS games. There's a lot of fun games that came out for older computers and stuff that a lot of you might not have ever played. And this is probably the best way to go and do it.
Yeah, and then like some of the newer age gamers don't understand like how much of like a Gordian knot it was just to try to make DOS games
or trying
work.
to use DOS backs these days, and then if you're not very good with it, then it might not load properly.
CD backslash Doom 1, all that sort of stuff. Like, oh my god, you had to like learn how to virtually program to make games work in DOS. So it's like. Once you learned, man, it was just like, oh man, I'm a computer expert. I can make Doom work. Oh,
I can use directory/pause.
Right?
Anyways, so yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you guys haven't looked it up, go to thearchive.org. That is what the website is, archive.org, and they have, like I said, added over 2,500 MS-DOS games on top of the other games that they previously offered. So lots of good ways to play some games there. And again, for speedrunners, this might open up a new way to play some DOS games that might have been harder to play before and make it equal for everyone that's involved. So, all right, so that was our last news segment from IndieRetroNews.com. Always a good source for some great retro news. Up next, we have a game that I wanted to have a look at called Ministry of Broadcast. Looks like it's for the Nintendo Switch. Let's take a look. Making sure it's in HD. Deedly doodly. Alright, let's go. Now, I'm probably going to mute this one because it's for Nintendo, so they're probably like, oh, he played some sound. But yeah, this, I love the pixel graphics.
He played 4 seconds of Oh, this. Oh no. Oh, this.
What the? Whoa.
Right. This is a pretty cool game. I love the pixel graphics in this, and just like it's a strange platformer, and just like the way that the jumping and stuff works.
Yeah,
It almost reminds me a little bit of Bionic Commando, but obviously without having the
Right.
special arm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I had to make mention of this game because it just looked really good.
That looks pretty cool.
All right, so the humans behind
that.
Orwellian cinematic platformer Ministry of Broadcast recently announced on Twitter that their satirical, narrative-driven take on life in the future is almost finished. Announced earlier this year, the cinematic platformer gives us a glimpse into a future that no longer seems so far-fetched through the eyes of a modern reality TV show. Separated from his family by a wall that's divided the country, the protagonist desperately enters the Wall Show, a TV broadcast controlled by the regime. The show is presented as an opportunity for citizens to escape to freedom by gifting the state with some fine entertainment to disseminate among the populace. Of course, everything is not as it seems, though. I've seen The Running Man, and I know how this works.
All right. This seems like a combination between like The Running Man and
Yeah, this looks, and like just this layering right here, and how they have like the shade, the lighting and shading around the lights really reminds me of Octopath Traveler. So, anyways, filled with dark humor and a satirical edge, Ministry of Broadcast heavy themes are not lost in the mock dystopian world it displays. It's also not afraid to poke fun at the absurdity of the system, whilst quietly reminding us of the human consequence at the center of all this bureaucracy. It takes its inspiration from classic platformers such as Prince of Persia and Oddworld Abe's Exodus, with pixel art graphics and a funky soundtrack. Battling through each arena, you'll have to run, jump, and climb your way out of the totalitarian hell that stands between you and your family. So as you can see, it's not exactly Big Brother, to say the least, but I'm pretty sure Big Brother is watching, so mind your step. Ministry Broadcast is set to release on PC and Nintendo Switch soonish, so keep an eye out for updates. So that means it could come out for Steam, I would imagine, and I hope it does, because this looks fucking great.
Yeah, it does.
For those listening to the podcast, go take a look at the trailer for that as well. It looks very good.
Yes, it did.
Right. So next up, we have Pixel Jam Complete. And they offer an extensive collection of varied, lighthearted games. So we're basically going to have a look at this Pixel Jam Complete launch trailer. It looks like it's a grouping of games. Yep, there you go.
I would assume it's probably just like a whole bunch of games that were...
Exactly what it is. Wrath of Pegasus looks fucking great. I love this. AAA by any means, but a lot of these are not terrible either. That's the best thing. Yeah. Oh, whoa, that pinball game looks so cool! Oh, what is that? Okay, I want this now. There's a lot of different games in here that I want to play now. Shit. What is this? GTA 1980? And you also get prototypes and alpha games. That's pretty cool too. This is super neat, dude. That dinosaur runner thing looks really cool. I love this. Oh god. Tons of gifts. Jesus. So yeah, basically it's a conversion of a lot of stuff that was done at Pixel Jam throughout the past 14 years. So plus buying it will help fund their work on Dino Run 2. Ooh, which we were just watching Dino Run, I assume was the first one, so that looked pretty fun. We were just saying how much that looked awesome, so yeah, go give that a look. I think that is well worth any kind of money that they're asking for, because it looks like it's a huge handful of fucking awesome games.
Yeah.
Okay, we got Scott back.
Yeah, we're good.
So I have no idea where we lost Scott. Yeah, we just Katana, so
That's
we're just gonna go
okay.
to the next one.
We were doing previews.
Cyber
Yeah,
Ops,
yeah.
technical hacking support trailer.
Okay. A new kind of war draws near. It's the war of standing behind me whenever I've had. It's a nuclear war.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Aw, man, you put that one word out there. It means I'm bad at it. This gives me like, I don't know if any of you guys have played this game that I'm gonna throw out there that I'm going to try to remember the name of. That Frozen Synapse. That's kind of what, if you've played Frozen Synapse, that's what this game reminds me of. If you've played that, if you've not,
I
then
would
you-
be fucking terrible at this game. I would get so frustrated so fast.
Yeah, it's tactical, so I just that like just from the beginning I'm going to be terrible. Looks all right, but tactics games just aren't my thing, so it's hard for me to
I
be
can understand
objective.
that.
What is this? What is this show
Indivisible.
down
Set in a
here
huge fantasy world, Indivisible tells the story of Anna, you know,
now? Oh,
fearless girl with
we went
rebellious
over
streak who
this.
sustained a quest.
It's that it's the RPG.
Oh, okay.
We actually we went over Indivisible, pretty sure. Because I actually think that we talked about it last week, that it like just released a whole bunch of times.
Ah, okay, yeah. All right, then Drums of War. Wait. Is a virtual reality music rhythm game. Nope, we're gonna skip that. Sorry.
Oh, rhythm
Virtual
game?
reality, dude.
Damn. No.
Step into the shoes of Lyric, a humble innkeeper in a quiet mountain village, as she reflects upon a lifetime of poignant memories, heartwarming friendships, and bittersweet choices, proving along the way that you don't have to slay dragons to be a hero of your own story.
Did they use the word poignant?
Yeah.
Jeez.
We were meant to see them that
I
night.
know.
They're just trying. Is it like, you know what? In this intro, we're going to use the word poignant and make ourselves sound a lot smarter than we actually
It's the
are.
people at the
Painted
website.
across the sky in splendor.
I guess. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know. They just use the word poignant.
So it's kind of like a Stardew Valley type thing with a story to it, though? I like the pixel art. It looks fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, yes it
Don't
does.
get me wrong, I'd still play this. I'd love these kinds of games.
You like poignant
I like
stories, don't
exploration
you?
a lot.
It's a decently sized overworld, at least.
This actually looks like I would really enjoy it. I think I would.
Mm-hmm.
Did she just grab us? Never mind. Up next, what?
Up next,
Morel's The Hunt. An immersive gaming experience about mushroom hunting and photography while being surrounded in a beautiful interactive nature and wildlife setting spanning across the United States. Are you serious? Walking around in the woods hunting morel. No, don't get me wrong. I would enjoy doing that. I'm sure I'll even enjoy this game even because if it's like walking around in the woods, yeah, I'm down for that shit. The worst part is how is this a game? Go do it in real life.
right?
Oh!
I,
That was a big one. Oh, get some of those.
looks like,
Oh. I'm only looking for morels today.
see, the thing is, though, like this is a real thing that people do. Like, I think there was like even like an episode of Bob's Burgers that went about that went around this sort of subject. like hunting down.
It's a big thing.
Well, I don't know. They got alligators. Yeah, alligator. Alright,
I can see me playing this game.
Alligators and scorpions? Well, you didn't tell me that this mushroom thing
Oh,
was
you can
gonna be
take pictures
dangerous.
of like all the wildlife and stuff? Okay, that's cool. Okay, I like that a lot. So cool.
Well, that was a mountain lion. Hell
Oh, Johnson.
no!
John McLeod. Oh, you can get an ATV? Yeah, take that, mountain lion.
Yeah, take that ATV right the hell out of there. That's
What's that bug spray?
that. No! Get out of there! A mountain lion is going to eat you! Humans are
Alright.
delicious!
Apparently, it's out right now. It just came out on Steam, so... Next we have Art Former, the game. Inspired by Prince of Persia. Ooh, entertaining way to show how the significant visual elements of an
Not to
important
be-
era in art history rather than perfect reproduction of one specific painting. Okay.
Not to be confused with Art Ladder.
Yes, please, please.
I don't know. I'm
not a fan of the art style, personally.
That's what I'm gonna say. It's like I understand what it's trying to do. Okay, so don't misunderstand me when I'm saying that this is not my kind of art style, because I understand that this is what the game's about. I understand that. It's just it's not my
I've
thing.
never been a fan of this like paper cutout kind of moving thing. It's just never been my thing, unfortunately. So that's it. We're gonna go to our next segment here. Our next game here is A Cruel God Uses Minions for Vengeance in Sea Salt. Apparently you control a horde of minions. Let's have a look at this. Pixelgraphics.
Do you like?
Just a bit. Oh. Our Lord demands sacrifice. Whoa. Oh, you're the bad guy? I'm not sure what's going on here. Well, you know. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, you are kind of like the bad guy. Oh, wow. That's cool. Yeah, this looks awesome. Whoa. Well, the nice thing about this is that there's like different stories and different bosses and things that you have to do here. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah. Oh wow. That's really cool. Very gothic as well, it seems. So, not bad. And see, this is what I'm talking about with a top-down kind of game. Like, it's nice to see that for a change. That, you know... Yeah, I would definitely play the crap out of that. That looks really good. Oh, it's already out. Alright, so here's a bit of a different game. Orul. I know. Brings pretty color palettes to mirrored platforming. Alright, so there's been plenty of games which have you controlling two characters at once, but it's not Orul's most apparent feature, which makes it stand out. It's the option to change the color palette. That's not to take from Orul's puzzle platformer experience, nor from the exceptionally fun, upbeat soundtrack. It's just that it's such a simple extra feature but yet it feels like it adds a lot to the game. I don't know if I should keep calling it Orul or Orul. That's true, I suppose. The puzzles are straightforward in nature. One character walks in the top half of the screen, feet downward, toward the other character. The other does the same, mirrored. Some objects exist in one world, but not in the other. You need to take this information on board and avoid the bad and achieve the good, but it's when I start losing that the palette swapping feature really comes to its own. When I play... What the fuck? When I play massive core platformers, ultra tough, unforgiving platformers which require a lot of accuracy to survive, I don't react well to continued failure and start moving to power the game down. Titles like Clyberry Kingdom had modes which are perfect for my succeed, fail, abort adaptation. However, most lack this, or indeed some other way to escape the loop of death. Adding in some other distraction, even as simple as a palette swap, is a great little addition which gives me something else to do rather than abort. Is it silly? Probably a little bit. However, when I fail to make a jump and I teeter on that line of being frustrated and about to give up, I can just hammer the palette shifting button and pretend that I wasn't very good because of the color of the level. And you know what? That sounds like something I would do. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably like, yeah, you know what? It's probably because it was just too dark. I need to have like better vision. And that's what's wrong here. Definitely. I'm serious. I would definitely do that. I know I would. But we're gonna just move into our next segment of fucking news because it's really pissing me off.
Now,
I'm gonna try OBS next week.
You got something up there, and it's got 2 words in the beginning of it.
Ninja Metroidvania.
Yeah.
So this is where we get to another streak of games where Scott's gonna be like, "This is the best."
Was this game you're talking about?
So, Ninja Metroidvania Kunai knows the importance of a good grappling hook. Releasing on Switch, on Switch and PC in early 2020. Let's have a look, shall we?
Yeah, because those first two words are Ninja Metroidvania. So you know, I might be a fan. I'll throw that out there. Oh. Well, yeah. Gotta let it visit.
This looks very fluid.
Yeah, it does. Oh my god, and I get speedrunners practice. Yay! Oh man, this... I'm not seeing where the Metroidvania is.
Well, let's skip ahead of it. Oh, it looks like it's got like a big world. Whoa.
Okay, now I see it.
Whoa, this grappling hook is great.
Yeah, right? Okay, yeah, now we're talking Metroid. Now we're talking.
Now you're more interested.
Yeah, I was interested before. now that we actually see some Metroidvania stuff going on here.
The art style is kind of different too. Like not really
Yeah,
pixely, but it's still good. I like it.
It kind of gives me like the graphics kind of give me like an NES Kirby vibe.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing at all.
God no.
I'm A-okay with that.
You have 2 guns there?
Furious Pharaoh.
Oh, so it is guns. Wow, I like that.
Alright, cool. I'm for sure interested. ceiling. Get away from it.
This is so much fun to watch right now.
I know, right? Oh. Sorry for those of you who are listening to the podcast right now. This game's actually really cool. You
It's got
guys
a really nice art style to it.
yes.
Like, it's not our typical. Oh shit, man! He's firing bullets. Oh crap! Oh wow! You can actually use your sword to hit him away. Holy crap! Okay, so yeah. Your character looks like it's almost like a computer with a body and two, like what kind of like hands that are disembodied.
Mm-hmm. Kunai.
But it flows so nicely. It moves like your character moves very nicely. Oh,
yeah. Looking forward to that. 2020. They said that's coming out. Early 2020.
So it looks
All
like
right.
2020 is full of more awesome games.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's take a look at our next one. Manifold Garden is finally done. It's out this week, so I wanted to see what this is about. Puzzler game, maybe? Oh. This is trippy. It's like a surreal type. Oh, wow, yeah, it's very surreal. Jesus.
Whoa.
It's like you're in a surrealist fucking
Hold on a
dream
second.
or
So,
something.
did he complete a puzzle by falling through the floor and then coming out on top of it?
Whoa! And then, oh, okay.
Yeah. So it repeats. All right.
Oh,
so
whoa!
all right. That's cool. That's an interesting idea for him.
You see the tree grow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to look at puzzles from like a whole bunch of different dimensions because it might be like I need to get on top of this.
And there might be a bunch of different ways of doing it too.
Yeah, that's cool.
So this is different. I like this for usually when there's games where it's just like puzzles and like cubes going from one place to another. I'm just like, eh. But this is more like I don't know.
Oh wow, changing water flow. Oh man, that's really neat. Yeah. All right, I can dig this.
Wow, it looks like graphically beautiful as well.
Yes, sir.
Very vibrant and bright colors that they're using when there is color.
Manifold Garden.
And that's coming out for the Apple Arcade.
Neat.
All right, Clea will come creeping onto the Nintendo Switch in 2020. Let's just take a look, shall we? Oh god, me and Scott are gonna hate this. It's a horror game, Scott.
Dad,
No, no.
you need to make sure you're okay. Mommy and Daddy aren't coming. Who else could you possibly count on?
Talk about a living
What the fuck?
Can't believe they've escaped.
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
Jesus.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. So for those who like horror games, you might enjoy this.
For those who like horror games, this would be pretty cool. But hell no.
Yeah. Unfortunately, me and Scott are pussies, so.
You have to understand something. If there's like anything that I'm not a fan of games, I'm not a big fan of horror games. And one of if you're talking about like one of the things in horror that I absolutely 100% hate, it's little girls. Little girls in horror together always creates some sort of just like, I don't know what.
Creepy?
Just, like,
super creepiness?
Yeah.
And children's laughter is like the worst thing ever in
that,
horror
like,
games?
little girl
Yes.
Laughter. Ugh, God.
So for those looking forward to a nice new horror game like Clock Tower,
there you go.
Yeah, Clea is probably the thing for you. You'll probably enjoy it. So let's go to the one that I've been waiting for Scott to see. You want to read that there, Scott?
Do I want to? Okay, when it comes, read it.
Oh yeah.
Ex-Zodiac is crazy like a star. Okay. All right. You've got my erection.
Ex-Zodiac. Or Ex-Zodiac. This reminds me of 1996 and looking at a fucking Sega Saturn. I don't know why.
Right.
It's just the way the graphics look, I think. But anyways, yeah.
Alright, yeah. Alright. Okay.
Oh, Scott. Oh, Scott.
No. Come on, I want to see more. What? Oh, God. Oh, Stefan, what have you done?
I told you, dude!
Oh, what have you done? It's a Star Fox 64! Oh! Oh! What is this coming out on? No! What have you done to me? What have you done to me? Oh my God! No! No! No!
Doesn't this look awesome, though? Like, it's
yes.
basically Star Fox, dude. Like, this is a new Star Fox game, basically.
Yes! Pick it up and find it. Sorry, we're searching.
See if I can find it, he says.
Oh, no. Like, Fran bought something and now can't find it.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I mean, they did show an Xbox controller, so I assume it's either Xbox or Steam.
I'm hoping that it will also support, like, PS4 controllers, because that's what I have.
Oh, yeah, no, but I mean, if it's for Steam, you can use either or. It should be fine.
Come on, Steph. Why did you do this to me?
I told you, man.
Now I must have this game.
I found good games. Alright?
Why? Oh, okay. You should... Alright, what is it coming out on? Read the article, please. I need to know. I must has to know.
I can't see where it's coming out for, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, hold on. It's on itch.io? No way. It's still work in progress.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay. Oh my God, this looks
Hopefully
so
the finished game makes
amazingly
its way to
good.
Switch soon enough.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, so yeah, this look. Oh whoa!
Yeah, this just doesn't... Please do not attempt to run this on a real SNES as it will melt. It even said, join unnamed main character as she ventures through a galaxy on a quest to stop the uprising of malevolent force known only as the Zodiac. This game will play best using an X-input compatible analog controller, however, digital devices can also be used, such as a D-pad or keyboard. Analog is definitely the way to go, though. Majority of controls are also remappable. The game should run on most systems as long as your graphics card supports OpenGL 3.3. This game was created using free and open source Godot. So there you go. It is on twitch.io. You can find this. I keep saying Twitch. Yeah, but there you go.
No, so there you go.
There I go. There I go. And it's a Star Fox game with a female protagonist. So, instantly fucking on board with that.
So did I do good, Scott? Did I do good?
You did a real good, Stephen. We did a real good. I'm quite happy with that. We did a super good.
So, anyone listening to the podcast, if you are a Star Fox fan at all,
God,
Ex-Zodiac is like basically
Zodiac.
Nintendo should say, "Oh, whoever's developing this, let's hire them to make Star Fox games for us, and then laugh at all the money that we're gonna rake in with them." Yay!
Yeah, because Star Fox Zero wasn't it. So get on this right here. All we want, Nintendo, is just Star Fox 64 with new stuff to do. That's what we want. We don't need all this, the Landwalker and all that sort of stuff. We don't want all that stuff. We want Star Fox 64 with new levels and new stuff. We don't need new characters. We don't need any of that shit. We don't need this grand old story. We just want to go into R-Wing and shoot the thing. Okay?
That's all he wants.
That's all I want.
Alright, so that's the end of our news this week. As for Kickstarters, there was not a whole lot for us to go on this week, so we only have the 2 because all the other good Kickstarters are all the ones that I feel were good to cover for our podcast. We're already covered.
Gotcha.
So, obviously, there wasn't much for us to choose from. But I did manage to find us 2. I did close off one of the little news segments I had there because one of them is the game that we're going to be covering. So let's take a look at the first one that we have here, which is called Celion Boss Confrontation, the first raid-only MMO.
I like the art already.
The evil tribe of the old god Celion threatens humanity more than ever. The governments of Hildra have created the agency that recruits humans with the gift
Century
of
Games.
blood. You are part of this organization and the survival of the world depends on you. We are 2 MMO players keen on PvE. Tristan Le Bouffon, the CEO, guides the raids and the team to victory. Yannick Vautier, the technical director, tanks the code as well as any boss. Our game, Celion, blends the raid system with the dynamism of MOBAs. All bosses are accessible
needs more
without
gameplay,
staff or
guys.
leveling.
You need
Only
the
your
gameplay.
skills are important. In addition, beyond the raids, we propose you to discover a new competitive experience with an innovative game mode mixing speedrun, PvE, and PvP. The Rift. During a game, you and your team aim to defeat one of Celion's bosses. It will be necessary to set up a strategy and then respect it to go to victory. But that's not all. In an alternate reality, another group of players starts the same fight at the same time with the same goals. Luckily, thanks to the trance system, you can
You were
change the
literally like
reality
a quarter
whenever you
second
want
ahead of me.
and access the other team's fight. Use this possibility to disrupt the other team and ruin their strategy. The first team to beat their boss, or the last to die, wins the game. Even though we have already started working on the form, we need your help to offer you the 3D...
Alright, well, I'm going to stop that there, because...
Yeah, we need a little bit more gameplay.
The thing is it's not my type of game, for one thing. I don't play a lot of MMOs just because it's an oversaturated market anyways, and honestly, most times I find it just sucks away a lot of time doing the same things over and over again. Just being at a higher level and having harder things to do to get to those things that you need to pick up and give to someone else and then start... No, but I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with those types of games. There's nothing wrong with people playing those types of games, to each their own kind of thing. But anyways, they're looking for 14,662. They're currently sitting at 8,638 with 38 days to go. So it looks like they're probably going to make their goal before the end of their time there.
Yeah, and for somebody who's like like myself, who's played a lot of MMORPGs, it still look pretty nice. I mean, obviously, we're in a development phase, and everything doesn't look like completely 100% polished. But that's part of being in a Kickstarter to be able to
exactly
to be able to graphically enhance stuff, and for what little that I did see gameplay wise, didn't look too bad. So. Definitely have to keep an eye on that for you guys.
$18 or 12 euros or 12, I'd say around $13 or $14 US is basically how much this game is going to go for.
That's not bad.
It looks like.
Yeah, for an MMO, that's pretty good actually. So there you go. Yeah, I mean, like I said, for like the little, they didn't really show us too much gameplay wise, so I would definitely like to have seen just a little bit more,
Yeah.
you know, that way. But
Well,
character
the
designs
art
do
doesn't
look
too bad.
Yeah, I was just about to say the character design does look really good. So I am a good fan of that. So you
All
got
right.
that going for you.
And now we're going to take a look at our last one here, which is called Creature Keeper.
We're not like Monster Hunter or Creature Keeper.
Apparently, it's a little bit like Legend of Zelda meets Pokemon.
Wait a minute, did I see this already? I might have seen this. We have Hearthstone. Did I see it? Okay, maybe.
This looks
Wrong game.
great,
Game.
by the way.
Okay, not the game most of you.
Oh, that's so cool. What are you doing with those books now? Even more interested? Shit.
Oh, and you sketch out monsters and stuff like that? That's neat.
Right? That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of cool stuff in this.
That's cool.
Stupid bird. Whoa, pocket curtain. What?
This is pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah. So, oh wow, really? And you can like just harvest stuff in your pocket. You're catching monsters too?
Yep.
That is pretty neat. Alright, I can dig this.
I told you, man.
Yeah.
I love these podcasts just because we get to see so many good games.
Oh, yeah. That. Looks like it has like an on-the-fly menu, which is really...
Yep.
I like that sort of stuff where you don't have to go into like a sub-menu or anything like that. If you want to just go and find items, like, boop. That's like Secret of Mana, I thought had like one of the best menus in like all of RPGs.
I also very much enjoy the pixel art style.
Mm-hmm.
It's honestly, it's very different.
Yeah, it's. Just by looking at it, I can't compare it to anything.
Mm-hmm.
And again, not saying that that's a bad thing. I think that makes it unique. And a unique art style is so hard to do in gaming right now, especially in combining unique art style with a game that's actually looks like I want to actually play it.
Yeah.
Is that I want to play this game because of the gameplay and its nice art style. So there you go.
Creature Keeper. They are looking for 39,379 Canadian. They're currently sitting at 19,871. 23 days ago, they're already at 50%. I'm pretty sure they're going to get there because this game looks fantastic. Coming from Chicago, Illinois, Furvier is the developer behind this.
Same place as Scruff McGruff, man.
Chicago, Illinois, 60652. I'm going to take a fucking goddamn bite out of crime, goddammit.
It's the only reason I know what the area code of
yeah, really though. So they're looking for US $15 by $20 Canadian for a copy of Creature Keeper, which is not bad.
That's pretty good.
It's going to be worth it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Definitely. And I can see that it says 50 unique creatures. I have a feeling that the game is going to do well and that they're going to probably do extensions to the game, DLC, that kind of stuff. So I think it'll be worth it as well.
March 2021, so the game's not entirely that far off, maybe like a year and a half, so you don't have that long to wait for it.
Oh, it's like Savior. Why are they making us wait so long?
Yeah.
So,
But like we said before, longer the wait, the better the game.
Exactly. Oh my god, this looks so good. How is this not almost done? It looks like
right. Yo, they got a little. No, they had a little chocobo looking dude. Did you see that? Did they call it Nikbu or whatever it called it? I don't know. I got it. What is it called? Nokbo?
Oh. Nokubo.
That sounds awfully. Whatever. mean, I wonder what that was. Snokobo sounds just like another bird that I know, like a, I don't know.
Oh no, it's
Rob-
Bep. Bep's coming after you. Oh, they got a couple of Beps.
Peeps.
This looks
It's a
cool.
beep.
This looked really cool. The Pocket Garden magical bag
Yeah,
of snacks
right.
and more. So you basically have a garden in your pocket. You can plant seeds. If Steve sees this, he's going to be like, "I want this just to grow shit in my pockets."
Fair enough.
And this
Fair enough.
bestiary is fucking. I like this. How you just like write in new parts and stuff. Oh,
Right, and you got to sketch yourself like what they look like. It's like, oh, that's so cool.
+1 health piece. Info unlocked. Oh wow.
Yeah, see, that's so neat. So neat.
Oh good. They actually have a Twitter handler. Yes. I will grab you via the Twitters because your game looks awesome, dude.
Right? Hey, you should come on to the podcast and talk about your
I
game.
guess I probably shouldn't assume your gender.
Right. Yeah.
But
Boy.
goddamn, your game looks good. I
Yeah,
like
it does.
It looks really, really good. And yeah, we'd always any developers out there listening at all at this part of the podcast. Again, if you're ever interested in doing an interview and talking about your game, by all means, just DM me on Twitter, OWGamer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not hard to find. I usually find you guys first to let you know that we've put you on the podcast. So,
Yes, sir.
all right, and that's it. That's all I have for this week. Other than the fucking bullshit issues that we have with, oh, you opened this video too fast or something. I'm losing Scott, so that's going to be a fun thing to render up tomorrow. Yeah.
But thank you, everybody who came by. And
Indeed. Even you
listening to the
trolls who
recast.
tried so hard but got not that far. In the end, it just didn't really matter because
Didn't
what
matter,
a
yeah.
waste of your time.
But for those who are listening to the recast, thank you very much.
Indeed.
Appreciate all you guys' support. You guys have been amazingly supportive of us over the last few weeks. We very much appreciate all you guys who are coming back, and all of the new people who are listening to us for the first time. Thank you for listening, and welcome to the podcast. And we'll be looking forward to talking to you guys in the future.
Indeed. All right, tonight
Oh.
Tonight, I'm going to host up Lady Low Kitty, who's playing Vampire the Masquerade. So you guys may enjoy that. Go take a look. Have yourselves a good evening, and we'll see you next week for another podcast.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Later. All right.
Me with Sanctuary.